Hello there, YouTube. My name is... Let's just make something up for now. My name is Dr. Happy. And this is the first installment of my blog, or vlog. And today we are going to start by talking about we are going to start about talking about racial profiling. Now, to many of you, I don't know if this is many of you, but I appear to look Arab. I mean, I've got the beard and I've got the dark hair, and I've got this brown complexion going on for me. So one would assume that I was of Arab descent. So let's talk about what happened to me about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So, at my high school, I don't know, we're going to call it high school, I don't know, let's call it Raspberry High School. And, at Raspberry High School, there is this, disciplinarian named Mr. Happy. So Mr. Happy one day brings me in to his office. Well, actually, he doesn't bring me into his office. He gets one of his little bitch hall monitors to drag me into the office with him, or for him. So apparently what had happened was, earlier that day, in my 3rd period chemistry class, I was trying to educate these young girls, about my theories on biomedical science. And, one of these theories includes the Final Solution series of projects, which is not what it sounds like. I am well aware that back in 1930-something, Hitler got a wild hair up his ass and decided, oh, well, I'm going to exterminate every Jew that has ever existed. And thus, his final solution was born, I'm going to kill every single Jew. But no, my final solution is entitled Final Solution because they are projects designed to correct problems indefinitely. So I have this theory about cancerous mutation, but we'll go into that about in later videos. So I have this theory that envelops basically the ability to take a cancerous cell and shift it into something else, into making it, into turning it into something that doesn't mutate anymore, into something that instead repairs all of the damage that has just happened, that has just occurred. This thing will basically regenerate all of the cells that have been damaged and possibly improve some cells. So I was trying to interpret my theories with these girls, and I show them my work, my log, my book, my little thingy, with all of my theories and beautiful shit. So I have 2 of these chemical compounds drawn in here, scrawled, like deoxin, coughlin, amphotericin B and nystatin. And these two are two antifungal degenerates. See? So, I show them this. And, somewhere in their little half a brain cell mind, they decide that a harmless chemical, which I explained to them was harmless in the first place, a harmless chemical was actually a bomb. I don't know. For some reason, they looked at this and the first thought they had that came to mind was bomb. I'm not sure entirely what they told Mr. Happy or his staff, but I do know that they told him something fucking heinous. So I walked in there and he said, well, is there anything that you showed people, that in anything that you have scrawled in a notebook that makes people think that you've got something planned, that you've like planted a bomb or something? I mean, he literally accused me of planting a bomb in the fucking school. So I was like, oh, what the fuck is going on here? I'll just comply and see what's going on. So I took all of the stuff out of my little satchel, this little thing, and I took all my stuff out and I laid it down on the desk, and in the middle of doing all of this, he asks the question that makes me realize what I'm there for. He asks me, oh, well, there's some kind of notebook that you have. It's like all black, and you call it like Epsilon, or because I call it I entitled the log Epsilon 37. So like they said, oh, you labeled it Epsilon or Omicron or Omega, one of those Greek alphabet letters. I was like, yeah, here it is. I know what this is about now. So I put everything else back in my fucking backpack, and I took this motherfucker out and I slammed it on his motherfucking desk. Mr. Happy. So he starts looking through it, starts reading it, and he completely skips the chemicals. Like he's just like doing this, just flipping through the bastard, and he was like, oh, what language is this written in? Because most of my notes are scrawled in Atlassian, but again, we'll get to that in later videos. He was like, what language is this in? And I said, Atlassian. It's a language that I'm trying to develop. And he said, oh, I see. And then he starts looking at some of the things that kind of make sense to him, because not everything is in Atlassian. Some of these things have complicated chemical formulas and mathematical formulas that I just had to scroll in numbers that I kind of that I'm able to understand, because Atlassian is not that far in development yet. So he looks at this and he's like, well, and like he literally turns to this other woman, and Mrs. Happy, in the corner, and he turns to her and he says, well, do you think we've got like the wrong person? Like we fouled up somewhere, and we just brought someone in who's not guilty of anything. And in my mind I was like, yeah, you think so, you fucking idiot? But yeah, anyway. So he takes a look at me and he's like, oh, well, I guess, you're a little bit more articulate than the average student at Raspberry High School. So I guess, I mean, he was like, well, we still don't see what the other kids were talking about. So I flipped to the page of the chemical compounds, because apparently the stupid fucker missed it. And he sees it and he's like, oh, okay. And then he gets on his walkie-talkie and he says, bring her in. And there was this girl that came from the university, Raspberry University. They had actually brought a chemistry specialist from Raspberry University to verify that these antifungal degenerates were not a strain of anthrax or some stupid shit like that, or Semtex. So yeah, I mean, I guess to the average moronic student at Raspberry High School, this looks like bomb formulas, But I still think there was a little bit of racial profiling there, just a little bit. But I'm over the 10-minute mark now, so I guess I'll have to stop the video now, or I will have to record a new one because YouTube is fucking anal about the size of their videos. I guess it's because the founder of YouTube, Mark Zuckerberg, no, that's the founder of, whatchamacallit, whatever. I guess he has a baby dick and he's afraid of anything over like that certain size, whatever. But yeah, this is the beginning of the vlog. I kind of picked a horrible subject to start, didn't I? Okay.